Guardian Roadside Solutions is ready to help with your roadside emergencies serving the greater Cleveland area. They have the knowledge and experience to get you back on the move quickly with staff available 24/7 to help with flat tires, tire damage, changes, fuel delivery, vehicle lockouts, dead battery, or new battery installs. If you find yourself or someone you know in this situation, call a Guardian at 440-833-6000.
We'll warn you right now, things may get a little fucked up and crazy.
What's even worse is I had a kid come in, and I was shitting in the urinal, and he came in, and he's like, what the fuck are you doing?
But if that's something you're into, then Mikes and Men is the show for you. The boys are going to cover it all without holding back. You're going to laugh, you're going to cry, and you could learn a thing or two. It's Mikes and Men, only on CBW.
"96% of adults go to work hungover the day after a holiday party. New Year's has the worst statistics with almost 58% of highway deaths being alcohol-related. 40% of highway deaths during the holidays are alcohol-related. This holiday, stay home, stay at a friend's or a family's house. Be safe this holiday season. Don't drink and drive.
No Outlet Live.
We are back. It's another episode of No Outlet Live, the most underrated, unlistened to, most downloaded in 10 other countries. We are here, brought to you by Guardian Roadside Solutions and Flat House Press. I am accompanied by my co-host, Anthony Miano.
Yes, and these are 10 real countries that are listening to us, not the puny ones like Canada.
Yeah, not the puny ones. We got listeners in Bolivia, Argentina.
That was a joke. I mean, even in this day and age, there's still a few groups that you can still get away with making fun of. Blondes, rednecks, Canadians, and the French.
Yeah, we definitely can't make fun of a whole lot of French.
As Cartman would say, French people piss me off.
So, in the past week, you've been promoting your book, The Changing of the Gods.
Yeah, or I've been trying to. I found a small bookstore in Cuyahoga Falls that's willing to host a little thing where, a signing, meet the author kind of thing.
Oh, are you going to give like a TED Talk?
If they ask me to talk. Yeah,
you should. You should. When you get up, when you do this event, you should explain your book very thoroughly, but don't give away all the details.
Oh, yeah.
I really think that you could do a lot with this book. I did start reading it.
Okay.
Oh.
And I found a YouTuber today. I've been messaging YouTubers on YouTube and Twitter. Even became a Patreon patron for a couple of them just to get their attention. But one of them said, okay, I'll see if I can snag a copy. And he has 195,000 subscribers.
Oh, hold on. Can you repeat that number one more time?
Yeah, let me,
So you're working with a YouTuber that has a ton of subscribers, and you're thinking that they're gonna do a little promotion to get your book a little more
Well, this is a maybe. I've got his attention. Let's put it that way. His name's Crimson Rogue. He runs a channel that focuses on book reviews. His main thing is a segment called The Book Was Better, where, well, he reviews movies that are based on books and then says, well, then he basically tears that movie a new asshole. But he also does straight-up reviews of books. And I'm hoping if he reads it and likes it at all, he'll talk about it on his show. And then, boom, it's been recommended to 195,000 people.
Yeah, I mean, that is a great move for you to make. Have you ever heard of a book called The Cabin?
No.
So this is the last book I picked up before I actually got your book, and it's very Jesus based, but there was a movie, and you can find the movie. I think it's on Netflix.
Oh wait, doesn't it star Sam Worthington, aka the guy from Avatar?
Oh, I'm not sure. It could have been. I'm not positive.
I gotta say, this title sounds like it could be a Christmas movie, it could be a rom-com, it could be a horror movie.
It's about Jesus.
Where our leads either fall in love or get slashed to death with a chainsaw. I could go either way.
Well, it's actually about a little girl that gets murdered.
Oh, yep. Okay, the cap. Let's see. A young couple visit a remote cabin in the woods, but on the way meet a suspicious stranger who holds a murderous secret. Does that sound right?
That's exactly it. And there was a movie made from the book, and the movie was very close to like it. It's actually, when I read the book, when you read books, you could picture the scene in your mind. The movie recreated almost exactly what I pictured in my head, but with every book that becomes a movie, you notice slight changes that they make and things that they leave out. And that always irritates me. Like, why don't they just follow the book step by step?
Well, there's another YouTube channel program I love called Lost in Adaptation, starring a very charming Englishman who, does movies, mainly movies based on books, and he said there's 3 kinds of changes in a movie adapted from a book. The changes that have to be made, the changes you can get away with making, and the changes that spit in the face of both common sense and the source material.
But in today's movie world, why would you need to make a change? Because you could do virtually anything.
Well, there's some things where, pacing, the biggest factor is going to be runtime. Like, there are books where
It goes on and on and on.
There are some books that are so long that you can't even make that even like a 3-hour movie would barely scratch the surface. Like can you imagine if somebody tried to adapt the entire Bible into one movie?
I think it would probably be one of the best-selling movies. Didn't Mel Gibson do that?
Well, he covered just the life of Jesus Christ, which covers 4 books of the Bible, and bear in mind, the Bible is much
a
longer.
ton of books.
Yeah, so, like I said, try to adapt all of those into one movie. Now, Netflix did a series called The Bible, or at least they picked up that series that was like 10 episodes long, but even it covered maybe half of it. Okay, that's just to give you some idea of, depending on the length of the book, you're either going to have to leave a lot out to fit it into a standard film runtime, or like the last Harry Potter book did, they split that into 2 movies.
Well, one thing about, like, if they made a movie about, like, a full-blown movie of the whole Bible, let's say, like, even today with Netflix and all these streaming services, they can take one product and put it into a series, but it's like one movie. They could probably do that with the Bible, but the thing is when you see Jesus, if they wanted to make it realistic, everyone would think,
that dude doesn't look white. Yeah, exactly. I mean, and then there's another kind of change that doesn't have to be made, but if the filmmaker has any common sense, they will. For example, you're familiar with the Three Musketeers movies?
I'm familiar with them. I don't think I've ever watched one all the way through.
Well, I've watched one, but there's this one of the main characters, D'Artagnan, has never been completely accurately adapted from his book counterpart. Do you know why?
Why is that?
Because the book counterpart is a rapist.
Oh.
And even decades ago, when societal attitudes were different, even then there's just no way you could make a character like that likable.
Yeah,
on screen.
right.
Yeah, there's just some things that just do not translate well to, or like, for instance, you remember the first Spider-Man movie, and I mean the first one with Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, the Tobey Maguire one was so good.
Yeah, but you remember the Green Goblin's costume?
Yeah.
Okay, have you seen the comic book version of that?
Oh yeah, I grew up all about Spider-Man. That is my superhero.
Purple gloves, and he's got like the pajama cap hat.
I like the way you explained that. It is like a pajama hat.
Yeah, putting that costume on an actor in live action would just not work.
You're right. That would be a thing that needs to change in a film. I get that.
Yeah. So it depends a lot on the book. It depends a lot on then again, there's a character in a Christmas Carol that can't, and I mean even today, can't be accurately adapted.
Oh, who is that?
The Ghost of Christmas Past, because I don't remember the details, but the way...
There's movies that have the Ghost of Christmas Past.
Not quite like it's described in the book, because in the book, the way it's described is something that can't physically exist.
There's a book about the Ghost of Christmas Past?
No,
I'm sorry, you lost me for a second.
In A Christmas Carol, the character, the Ghost of Christmas Past, is written all like fantastical and like in a way, in such visually contradictory things that it can't be depicted visually. So there's no way to adapt that character exactly as.
Why not? With today's CGI, they do all kinds of crazy stuff.
I don't remember the full details, but let's just say that's another thing I learned from Lost in Adaptation, the YouTube show with that charming Englishman I was talking about.
A charming Englishman.
Oh yes, he's he's funny. Like, I like him enough that I'll watch him talk about movies that I have no interest in seeing.
What do you think? Let's jump into something really fun.
Okay.
I've been researching videos. We haven't had a video portion of the show for a little while, and I found some stuff that I think you would appreciate. Let me... Yeah, so I've been researching some stuff. Okay?
Okay,
I got 6 females here. 6 pictures of girls. You tell me which one you think is the hottest. We got girl 1, girl 2, girl 3, girl 4. This is girl 5 and girl 6.
3.
You're going to go with 3?
Yeah.
Now, I have to tell you, and for anybody watching, you know, you could send in your what you think is the hottest out of these 6 girls. I'll go back to the beginning. I'll show them to you one more time. This is girl 1. We got girl... Oh, hold on. Girl 1. We got girl 2. We have girl 3. Girl 4. Girl 5. And girl 6. You said girl 3 was your pick, right?
Yes.
All right. So now I'm gonna we're gonna marinate on this for a moment, and I want to switch over to another picture I got, and I have some questions for you about. You posted on Facebook 3 days ago. I need a bit of cooking help.
I'm sorry. Why are we bringing this up?
Because I'm very interested because I was watching this and reading your comments. I've been cooking chicken breast at 450 for 45 minutes.
Okay, can we keep this to a minimum because I'm already embarrassed enough?
Oh, you don't have to be embarrassed. I mean, a lot of people...
I don't have to be, but I am.
What do I need to do to make them taste better? And this person said, well, start by not doing 450 for 45 minutes because it'll overcook it.
Yeah, you know her.
Do I?
Yeah, she went to Ohio Media School with us.
Alicia?
I think it's
Alyssa?
Alicia.
Alicia Wilson? I don't remember her. But she said it'll be overcooked if you do it for that long at that temperature. And you said, well, all I have to do is simply put the seasoning on there. Now, what did you mean by that? Did you season it after you cooked it?
Maybe I did. Could we move on?
No. We got to dig into this a little bit. So when did you season after cooking or before it?
Well, after all this, before.
After this. So did you already start cooking the chicken before you posted that?
No, I wasn't actively cooking while I was posting this.
Was that the first time you've cooked chicken?
No.
Okay, so what did you use as seasoning?
this lemon citrus thingy.
Ooh, what you need is some lemon salt or lemon pepper.
Maybe that's. Again, bear in mind, I'm kind of out of it right now.
I got you. But what you should do when you're making your chicken, were you were baking it?
Yes.
Okay, so when you're baking chicken, what you want to do is they call it a dry rub, and you take a bowl. You could put your seasonings. I would mix a bunch of them. Seasoned salt. Put in some pepper. Maybe a little crushed red pepper. You could use lemon zest. That's the rind. You could shave that into a bowl, and then what you do is you take the chicken and you take the seasoning and you rub it into the chicken like you like jack off a chicken breast with seasoning, and it embeds it into the chicken. Then you bake it, and that's how you end up with some very flavorful chicken. Do you have a meat thermometer?
No, but that was one of the many suggestions in this thread.
Yeah, with a meat thermometer, you can actually check your breast as you're cooking it, and then know when it's done on the inside and not overcooked. Because if it's overcooked, it's very dry. It's hard to eat because it gets caught in your throat like shit. What's something that like always tends like a biscuit from Popeyes. Popeyes biscuits. They just they get caught in your throat.
So if I ever go to Popeyes, don't get any of their biscuits.
The biscuits are good, but they're just so like dry, and don't get the biscuit. I mean, really, Popeyes has great chicken. Usually they're out of most of their chicken, but
Like because they're incompetent or because it's popular?
I think it's because excuse me. It's because they make they get chicken for the week or the day. I don't know what it is, but they might get their chicken to the restaurant on a daily basis. So if they run out, they're just out, and they have to borrow chicken from the closest next Popeyes.
Wow, I can't even think of two that are anywhere near each other. Now, bear in mind, I live in Akron.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe
it is
it's
crazy.
not-
They're spread out.
Maybe it's not. Maybe Popeyes is not as popular down there.
Popeyes, I love Popeyes chicken, but usually when you go there, they're like, we're all out of the dark meat. You can only get white meat. Or they'll say the opposite. We only got dark meat, and we don't have white meat.
Yeah. Now, one of their competitors recently-ish opened in Cuyahoga Falls. It's called Raising Cane.
Oh yeah, I've heard of this spot.
Never been there, is it?
Me neither. I've never been there. I've never even seen one.
But you know what I've really never seen around where I live?
What is that?
Sonic.
Oh yeah, Sonics are very rare. I know where one is, and it's like a half hour from here, maybe 40 minutes.
Yeah, I keep seeing their commercials on TV or even during YouTube ads, and I'm like, do they have any idea? I wonder how much money they are wasting advertising in this area.
Yeah, I'm not even really like a big fan of it. I've had Sonic like a couple of times. It's nothing like to go crazy about.
That would be like, I mean, their commercials are creative and memorable. I'll give them that.
And they really do have like a different system for fast food. You pull into like this weird spot and order at that spot, and they bring the food out to you. Like there's another place
like with a tray that attaches to your window.
I think they even skate there. I think they skate your food to you.
We got something like that in Akron, a local chain called Swenson's.
Yeah, we have Swenson's out here in a couple of places. They're starting to pop up more. Actually, I think we have one right up the road from my house.
Well, I'm now picturing like if they got enough of an infusion of cash from some investors. Like picture bulldozers like emblazoned with the Swenson's logo, literally just rolling into McDonald's
Yeah.
and knocking them over.
No, you know when it comes to like Swenson's and Sonic and all of these places like that, I am a DQ guy. They got the best burgers, the best fries. I love their food.
Oh yeah, one of the regional clone of DQ moved into Macedonia a couple of years ago. Have you ever heard of Culver's?
Culver's, no.
They're basically like DQ, but only in the Midwest.
Yeah.
The only reason the one opening in Macedonia even registered with me is that I had been to the one outside during my visits to Fort McCoy, Wisconsin. I visited the one right near the base a couple times. It's pretty good.
Would you recommend it?
Yeah, I would.
If I come across one, I'm going to go about your recommendation.
If you like Dairy Queen, you will like Culver's.
Yeah, I love DQ, man. Their burgers are something to die for. But before we get too sidetracked into fast food and whatnot, I'll just end your embarrassing segment there about your chicken. To save you the embarrassment, just text me, and I could give you the clues without broadcasting it and being embarrassed about your chicken cooking.
I'm single and I live alone. Cooking is not going to be high on my skill list.
I don't blame you. When my girlfriend met me and she entered my apartment, there was pizza boxes everywhere and Burger King wrappers all over the place and bottles of liquor and beer.
Oh, I think I know a TV character that might have topped you in that area.
Nope, not even close.
Well, you ever heard of a show called The Rookie?
Yeah.
Okay, well, one of the characters, and surprisingly, it's one of the female characters, Detective Angela Lopez. When in one episode after her boyfriend moves in with her, he's like, why are you such a slob? And she goes, oh, well, when we were dating, I would spend an hour or two cleaning up before every time you came over. And then he finds a half-eaten grilled cheese.
Oh, yeah.
In the shower.
Yeah, that's how I would live.
That's one thing I never did, even at my most slovenly. I mean,
my girl's oldest kid for a little while, he would, when he'd wake up in the morning, he would, or maybe not in the morning, I forgot what the instance was or what time it was at this point, but he'll take a shit while he's eating.
That's just fucking disgusting.
It is. That's one low I never went to.
No matter how drunk you've been.
No, but I do like shower beers. Those are the best.
Okay, now you sound like Homer Simpson.
So now I wanna jump back into our girls. We got girl 6. Come on, why does it keep doing that? Girl 6, girl 5, girl 4, girl 3 is your choice, right?
Yes.
Girl 3, girl 2, and then we have girl 1. Now, I see Danielle on Facebook. She picks girl 5. Let's go look at girl 5. That's 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, she kind of has like she looks more like Kim Kardashian if Kim Kardashian was anorexic or something.
I'm not seeing any of that from this photo. Granted, she's shot from like the chest up, so you.
Well, I could tell by her neck. Her neck is really skinny, and you can see these weird tendons or whatever the fuck that would be.
I'm not seeing it, but maybe I just don't know how to look at it to determine that.
Yeah, I mean, all these are models. They're all
and then they Photoshop the shit out of them anyway.
Yeah, these are all paid models. They actually do big work. Like this girl, you can tell is on a Kettle One, and there's Kettle One and Delta and all kinds of these things. She's on a red carpet appearance. All these girls,
that one, number 2, looks like maybe it's a casual, normal pic.
Well,
where they still photoshopped her face into oblivion.
Well, yeah, she's in her car, right there, and she kind of looks like Stifler's mom from American Pie.
Only younger.
Yeah, like a young Stifler's mom. But I handpicked all of these models for a very specific reason. And that reason I will tell to you right after a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. This is No Outlet Live. You can follow us everywhere. You can listen to us everywhere. But you can only watch on Facebook and YouTube. We'll be right back after this break. Or curious about how you could start your own podcast? Join Anchor. Anchor has everything you need to make a podcast for free. Monetize your podcast, one-click distribution, record from anywhere on the app, and they have unlimited free hosting. Download Anchor on the App Store or Google Play. Anchor, podcasting made easy.
The Education of Jazz, with your host, Hakeem H., bringing you the absolute best for your listening pleasure in America's only true art form of music. I'll be playing your favorites each day, everything from Duke, Coltrane, Julian Cannonball Adderley, to George Duke, Bob James, Kenny G, and so many more. We'll have guest artists to interview, locally and national artists, and even a live call-in from you, the audience. Tune in daily from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. to unwind your day for the Education of Jazz.
It's that time of year again. The snow is getting ready to fall, and you're going to need a plowman to get you through the winter. Call Gifted Hands Landscaping. They handle all your lawn and snow care needs. Services include gutter cleaning, snow removal, leaf pickup, weed pickup, and more. Call or take at 216-925-8473 to receive a free quote. Don't wait until the last minute. This is Cleveland. The snow is coming whether you like it or not. Again, that number is 216-925-8473. Gifted Hands Landscaping.
All of our loved ones always die in December. I miss the night times that I can't remember. Venom-filled veins and stone-cold sedation. Drugs are amazing and I fucking hate it. Kick the dirt off from your heels, darling. There's hell inside of these eyes. Let's lose ourselves around the cold rings of Saturn tonight. Fade away deep down into the depths. I wanna be swept out to sea. Life can seem like an ill-conceived illusion. There's no solution for some sicknesses. My soul turns to stone and I sink into the abyss. Chasing pipe dreams has its drawbacks. And without you, the world would be a much worse place. And without you, this world would be a much worse place. And without you, this world would be a much worse place. Without you, this world would be a much worse place. Without you.
No outlet, but I need to charge my phone.
No Outlet Live.
We are back. That was The Courage to Kill Yourself by Sean Bayhoff, known by the artist name Nobody, and the album name is Nothing. You can find on SoundCloud.
wow, it would be like the perfect companion piece to. You ever seen you've heard the theme song, the theme music from MASH?
A long time back. I haven't watched MASH in a while.
Well, neither have I, but the title of the theme is Suicide is Painless.
Well, that song was actually about one of his friends that committed suicide, or died from a overdose or something.
I was gonna say, wow.
So before we stray too far, I want to get back to what I led up to before the break.
And if we could get away with playing licensed music, we would be playing Girls, Girls, Girls by Motley Crue to introduce this. Go on.
Maybe. So, this is... Give me 1 second here. Hold on. We bring down this music. So we have... One more time, I'll run through the gambit. We got Girl 1, Girl 2, Girl 3, which is your pick, Girl 4, and Girl 5. This is Danielle's pick on Facebook. Oh, excuse me. And then we have Girl 6. Now, let me go through here. I'm going to have to make a pick myself. You know, I don't know. I think Stifler's mom is going to be my pick. Sometimes the blondes will get me every now and then. So there's one thing that all of these ladies have in common. Do you want to make a prediction?
Well, considering your sick sense of humor, I have an idea. They're not actually men, are they?
All of these women were men at one point. Every one of them. So, my girl Danielle really likes this dude. You really like this dude.
That one...
Is this not crazy that these were previously men? These are all transgenders. And they really pull it off.
I think, yeah, some of these are the end result. Like, these pictures should be in a portfolio that their plastic surgeon uses to make his point of, I am the most proficient plastic surgeon to ever walk this earth.
Yeah, I know. I mean, look at the tits on this one. She looks like they look like they have nice tits here. And this one.
Actually, wait a minute. I think I know where I've seen that one from.
This one?
Yeah. Did you ever watch Elementary?
Elementary, no.
So it was a series on CBS of basically Sherlock Holmes, but set in present-day New York City, and all the characters are based on characters from, you know, the Sherlock Holmes novels, and his housekeeper, Mrs. Hudson, was played by a transgender actress, and I think that might be the same one right there.
It could be. All of these are, I looked up well-known transgenders, like famous transgender women, and I selected this 6 personally. It's just weird. Now let's go back through all of these now. How many of these they, thems do you think have penises still? I mean, it's unbelievable how hot these they, thems are. It's like so weird living in this day and age to have dudes becoming hot chicks like this. Like this, right here, you can see the top of her titty lump that she definitely had fake ones. But your pick over here, that don't look like fake tits at all.
Yeah.
They look real. I mean, even the build of this they, them.
Wait, why are you referring to them as they, them if they're not? They're not.
Because they're transgender, and I don't want to pronoun anybody. So they, them is going to have to be what I refer to these lady dudes as. Like, yeah, you could tell this they had a bad tit job, but like this one, very petite. I could tell it's a very small person.
Her face looks like there's like a man underneath.
Yeah, the cheekbones.
Maybe.
But the jaw structure here is not manly.
I think it's something in. Maybe it's the eyes. I don't know.
You can't really tell. I mean, at first, I think I had everyone stumped for a second. These are some hot dude chicks. This one has huge tits. This dude has some big old boobies. I mean, but it's so weird because the facial structure and the bone structure here, it does look very feminine. It's mind-blowing to me.
That one, the facial structure looks almost like a cartoon. Maybe it's the Photoshop effect.
Yeah, there is some type of filtering going on this day's face.
Because her face looks almost like perfectly oval shaped. I don't know.
It's very odd. Yeah, but
that way, you know what? That last number 6 reminds me of. You ever seen Mars Attacks?
Yeah.
Remember when the one that's like disguised as a human woman?
Yeah.
The one that Martin Short mistakes for a prostitute. There's like a Mars Effects thing, or Mars Attacks kind of thing going on with that one.
Hold on.
Yes, that.
Oh man!
I mean that movie was funny.
That was a really good movie. Yeah. You are not lying there. Yeah, look at this. Look at the resemblance there. Here goes Mars Attacks fake girl. Here goes actual human fake girl.
Ack.
Yeah, but is it? I mean, it's compelling to see that these dudes, like this one's on a red carpet event. This was a man, very hot dude. It's so crazy to me. I mean, I chose Stifler's mom, and I already knew what the concept of this bit was. But that's a hot dude right there. Except for this one. So it's weird because right here you could see the man jaw muscle. Maybe I have a little sugar in my tank or something. I don't know.
It's like
but this is my pick for sure.
Or it's that one scene from Austin Powers where he meets Basil Exposition's mother, and he's like, "That's not your mother. That's a man." And then he punches her in the face. Why won't this wig come off? Well, Austin, that's my mother. Well, she does look rather mannish.
Yeah, I wanna hump a lot.
No, that character, ironically, was not a man.
I mean, look at this.
I know.
This is for real, like...
Uncanny Valley.
You would see this person out in public at a bar, at some type of event or something, and you'd be like, that chick's a dime, bro. And that is a she-male. Or would it be a male she? I don't know how to.
I filed this under stuff I don't want to think about, and there's no list because it's stuff I don't want to think about. Hence, I'm not going to write it down.
That's what this show's for, to bring things to your attention that you did not want. All right, so let's go into the videos like I was talking about. I really wanted to get into that. We got it out the way. Now...
Don't you have something less disturbing we could discuss, like a brutal murder?
Yes, right here I do. Come on. Damn it. All right, hold on.
Yeah, if you want to go, then you go to hill and go down.
Why you get fried,
yes, why? Are you crazy?
You're fucking paranoid,
you are fucking. You
fucking, you bloody.
You bloody.
Fuck you, bloody. Bastard, bitch. Fuck you. Bloody, fuck you, bloody. Fucking mother, bloody, fuck, bitch.
Bitch, you.
Bloody, fuck you. Fucking bloody bastard. Benchwood bloody.
This is a road rage incident between some people that speak English but not fluently.
I know, it's hilarious.
You blunder.
No, but why?
Bloody no.
Bloody no.
Bloody fucking.
If accident, then what you wanna do?
Why you fuck me? I fuck you, bloody. Bloody bastard. Fucking running like lady, eh?
It's like he's stopping to think about it. Like, wait a minute, is he insulting me or not?
Man?
Oh, for Danielle watching, it's Cutler's Court. That's a little inside joke right there.
Fucking now shout at me, innit? Why are you shouting at me?
Because I am going to the work. If you don't do, you do the other places.
Why are you shouting?
Because of this, you are doing. Hello. I don't know. You are doing like this. I think you are going to accident.
No, shouting at me no good, man.
No.
I work with people that that talk fairly like that.
It reminds me of Apu on The Simpsons on top of the Quickie Mart with a rifle. Like, thank you for coming. I'll see you in hell.
All right, so let's go to this next one here.
I find it hard to believe McDonald's has a blender, but proceed.
Wait, have you seen this before?
No, I just saw the
headline.
Yeah.
Out of McDonald's in Cincinnati, a woman ordered a Happy Meal in the drive-thru. She noticed that her order was incorrect, so she went inside. That, we do that. That's normal. But she waited 25 minutes, and then she got frustrated. And instead of just walking away or calling corporate, she threw a bag at the manager. The manager then picked up a blender and then threw it at her face. Broke her cheekbone out of McDonald's.
It broke her cheekbone. Look at this hit right here.
In Cincinnati, a woman ordered a Happy Meal in the drive-thru.
Boom!
She noticed that her order was incorrect, so she went inside.
She shouldn't have been in there. You could tell they're trying to defend this lady, but she was acting crazy.
Yeah.
Throwing her food back into the kitchen or whatnot.
If she hadn't thrown something at the manager, then I would say he was wrong to do that. But it's like, what's the colloquialism? Fuck around and find out.
Yeah.
She fucked around and then found out.
Huh? Who went up on this table and did this?
That's a guilty dog.
Did you get up on the table and eat this food?
He's like, yeah, I did it, and I'm a dog, and you love me.
Did you do it?
Look, that dog, you can tell
Was
it's
it
not
you?
guilty. That dog's so guilty.
Come over here.
But you can't stay mad at him.
You
Who
can't.
did this? Who did this?
Yeah, so I thought you would really like that. It was like a guilty dog.
Yeah, I love dogs. They're just so great.
And then this will be my final
Oh, yeah, okay. Okay,
Yep.
yeah. Go, girl.
Yep.
Yeah.
How you been? Since the last time I saw you.
I'm good. I'm good.
Hey, I told you I could twerk.
Yeah, you twerk.
that chick's hot, right?
No.
You need to
There's
pay.
no amount of
Hell, I'm
alcohol or severe
you
enough
broke?
of a head injury. that
You
can
like
make
chocolate
me-
means and you broke?
Yes, I'm trying to find me another black man though.
She was doing the twerk moves though.
Twerk.
No.
Look at her.
Oh.
She'll bust it open for you.
Yeah, okay.
This is the kind of site that
Yeah. Go,
this is
girl.
the kind of site that makes me envy the blind.
Now, I don't know. I mean, if you've been dry enough for long enough.
No. No.
All right. Let's see if there's any more. Nope. That would be it. So there goes. I can't get enough of your you are so right.
Memo to all black dudes that might have been watching that. You can do better. Actually, no, I'm just going to address that to men of all races that might have watched that video.
Nice save.
But I did specify black guys because she specified she's looking for a black guy, and no.
Yeah, it's because she wants a big dick. That's what she was looking for. That's why she twerked for the dude behind the counter. He was like, hey, twerk for me, girl.
I wonder how miserable his life must be if he wanted to see that.
All right, so let me jump into. Actually, you know what? Are you ready for for a quick news update?
Yes.
No Outlet Live News with Anthony Mihano.
So what do you have for us first?
Well, let's go to the last one on the right. I guess you could call this a public service announcement.
Man found dead
in Maryland home, surrounded by more than 100 snakes.
Oh.
Yeah. The following is a public service announcement. Amassing a large collection of snakes is a bad idea, whether they are legal or not. Pythons, rattlesnakes, cobras, and black mambas, which I'm going to clarify is not some sort of dance that's been culturally appropriated. No, it is a kind of poisonous snake.
So last night around 6 o'clock, our 911 center received a call that there was a man in distress. And when we came to the residence and arrived there, we discovered upon entering the residence that he was deceased and that he had a large number of snakes in his possession. At last count, it was over 125 individual snakes that were racked and or caged inside the home. Talking with neighbors who lived nearby, nobody seemed to know that he had that large number of snakes inside the residence. I do want to assure the community that anybody living within this neighborhood, we have not seen that any of the snakes were not properly secured or could have escaped. I know people were concerned about the fact that maybe there was some danger to people living nearby, but at this point we've not uncovered or determined that any of the snakes actually were not secured after this gentleman's death.
Just to be safe, I don't normally recommend clearing buildings with a flamethrower. But in this case, yeah, I would totally recommend that.
Yeah, that's gotta be wild when you walk into somebody's house. They got 100 plus snakes, 125 and more. Actually, it says 125 plus.
Yeah, it might just be that they got to 125 and stopped counting.
Yeah, that guy's lucky that they were all like caged and
Well, no, he wasn't lucky. He's dead.
Oh, right, he's dead. But if any of them snakes were out, I mean, they all could have been sitting there trying to eat him. They probably would have eaten him.
I doubt that part because most snakes. That's the thing. The venomous snakes wouldn't even try.
Well, have you ever owned a snake or had a family member that owned snakes?
No and no.
My mom, back in the 90s, she bred snakes, and she had what would it be called? A ball-nosed python, I think, or something like that. She had a snake that was about, let me think, it was like 7 feet long, very heavy snake, and I took a picture with it, and it curled around my neck and started trying to squeeze me to death. It was going to eat me. And I was like, they all thought it was cute, taking pictures, and I started crying and freaking out because I was a real little boy at that time.
Yeah, because it's only the bigger snakes that are capable of
Well, that's
eating
what I'm
a human
saying.
being.
This guy had 125 plus. So you know one of them snakes had to be gigantic.
Yeah, I think the biggest one they found was 14 foot. Yeah, the Burmese python is what's called an invasive species, and
it can live like anywhere and adapt.
Well, I don't know about anywhere, but there's one place they've adapted very well, the Florida Everglades.
Yeah, the Everglades, I heard, is being overrun by snakes, and they're starting to eat all of the crocodiles.
Yeah, that's the thing. And crocodiles are not small. Like, without Burmese pythons there, it's my understanding these crocodiles would be what's... You ever heard the term apex predator?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, these things were apex predators, and then... That's the thing. Venomous snakes are the ones that are going to eat smaller stuff, you know?
Yeah, but they will attack anything and kill it.
Well, that depends. Here's the thing with most animals, no animal on Earth will eat people unless you've trained it to. Like, even back in ancient Rome, when they were feeding Christians to lions in the Colosseum.
In the Colosseum.
Yeah. Those lions had to be starved for several days to get them willing to do that. And...
Well, that you're bringing up a really weird point, because I've thought about this for a long time, is that one thing I've heard about animals eating people is some people will say, oh, well, humans don't really taste good to animals. How would you actually know that? And I think that animals look at us as other animals. I don't know if taste has anything to do with it. If you're a wild animal, that's a different thing.
We don't know if they even have taste buds like we do.
I mean, I'm sure like scientists have taken apart these animals and have noticed whether they have taste buds. But like I
have heard of animals in like captivity and like in labs they'll experiment with feeding them different things, and they will develop a preference.
Yeah, it's really
foods.
odd, right?
Like, but if you think about it, I think I've thought of why nothing has evolved naturally to eat humans. Because...
Why would that be?
Because the thing is, human beings are born usually one at a time, and take, on average, 15 to 18 years to reach their maximum size. And...
That's not true, because men continuously grow until they're like, I think they said it's like when you reach 25 years old, that's when you're done like gaining height or reach.
Really? Because I've heard of people, it was my understanding, guys hit their full height in their teenage years.
I thought that was for females, is that female humans,
well,
they reach their growth.
Well, either way, it still takes longer than most other living things do.
Oh, right. Because other animals, like in the animal kingdom, it takes you about 2-3 years and you're maxed out.
Exactly. And anything that would evolve to sustain itself on humans would have to have a very efficient metabolism.
Yeah.
Because some of these bigger snakes, like the ones we were talking about, they can survive by eating only once a month.
But you're a history buff, and you got this book, The Changing of the Gods, that goes over historical events, and some of them, a lot of it ties into actual historical documents and stuff. How do you know that they starved the lions in the Colosseum?
I don't remember where I read it or heard it.
So they had starved the lions, and then they throw Christians into the center, because that's an arena.
Yeah.
So they put them in like where a basketball court could fit.
Yeah.
And have lions starved to eat them.
Yeah, and they would tie these people to posts, and then they would cover them in like whatever the equivalent of barbecue sauce was, or animal blood, so that it would, so
You
that
put
it
some
would,
flavor on there.
well, no, they had to make it smell like things lions would normally eat.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
I never really thought of that, like about how. I mean, I never really thought about how they killed Christians in the Colosseum.
Oh, yeah, they also would do shit like light them on fire. They would crucify them.
I was watching
stoning.
something on the History Channel that said the Colosseum used to actually be able to be flooded also, and they would have little mini
Naval
boat wars.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm no engineer, so I have no idea how they made that work.
I'm guessing you'd only need a couple feet of water, right? For like small boats.
And then you'd have to like find some way to seal off like the perimeter so that all that water didn't leak out.
I mean, that thing was built like the pyramids. I mean, it was seamless with the stonework. Maybe the ground was actually made of stone also.
Yeah, it probably was. I'd love to see the Colosseum in person.
Yeah, like right now, how it is in its current state. Because like half of it's like rubble, ain't it?
Yeah. Yeah, like there's few things from the ancient world that survived that you can still look at them the way they were then, and I think one of them is the pyramids in Egypt.
We have a Facebook comment that says, I don't think we have enough meat on our bodies to waste the energy and time to hunt us.
Exactly. That's probably true. And
that is a good point, because you see like deer or like a buffalo or things that large predators hunt. Moose, bears like to get moose. That's a lot of eating.
Yeah.
Us, we're like a little tiny like appetizer.
Yeah, it's my understanding that like a single full-size deer could feed like 4 people for a month.
Oh, a regular sized white-tailed deer can last this house. Like if I went hunting and caught a whitetail, that would probably last us a year.
Now, is that like eating it for like one meal a day?
Yeah, like dinners. Like you'd have
Okay.
you got all these different sections of it that you would have to butcher together, and like I watch TV shows about this. There's a show on Netflix called Meat Eater, and these guys will go out hunting, and they get one of them them freezers that a lot of people keep in their garages or whatnot. You could fill that up with one kill. And you're making all kinds of stuff. Sausages. You can make burgers. You have steaks. Backstrap is like steak. All kinds of stuff. I mean, you can even utilize parts of the head.
You know, I've been wondering. Wow, I think there might be the same problem with deer that there is with squirrels, in that I've never seen their meat for sale at a grocery store or
It's
a restaurant.
illegal.
Oh, it's illegal to sell deer meat?
You are not allowed to sell game. You have to give it away for free.
Is that probably to stop people from hunting them to extinction, or?
I'm not really sure. It has to do with like, I'm not a hunter. I'm kind of into it and would like to try it at some point, but it has to do with everything that has to do with hunting does have to do with preservation of the species.
Oh yeah, it's like Stan's Uncle Jimbo on South Park is like, now remember, Stan, we can't use "it's coming right for us" anymore. We're only allowed to shoot animals to thin out their numbers. What's thin out their numbers? You see, sometimes an animal population can outgrow its food supply. So you see, Stan, if we don't kill these animals, they might die.
Well, this is the crazy thing about conservation and hunting and all that. In Texas right now, they have a very serious problem with wild boar. And that comes from pigs are the weirdest species ever. If you have a domesticated farm pig and you let it loose into the wild, it will quickly become a wild boar. And that's not really seen in any other species. when you domesticate any species, it stays what it is. A pig, when it goes into the wild, becomes a wild boar. And these things grow very large, and they eat everything. So Texas is dealing with all of these wild boar. They're out eating people's farms. They're decimating the land. They eat everything too. So what they do out there is these hunters get into a helicopter and they shoot from the helicopter and take out hundreds of them.
I've got like a way to a tagline to promote dealing with these things. People of Texas, you are authorized to deal with this problem the way you would like to deal with your mother-in-law.
No, they don't want to be fucking the pigs.
I meant shoot them. You're the one that jumped to fucking, you sick fuck.
And with that being said, we'll be right back after this quick commercial break. Have you ever wondered where to get the hands-on training to be on the radio or even on the news? Ohio Media School. Take the quiz online on the website beonair.com to see if media broadcasting is the right field for you. Learn by doing is the school style. We know there is no substitute for operating the tools of broadcasting under the direction of broadcast professionals. The classes and studio sessions are run with the same professional informality that is found throughout the broadcast industry. Ohio Media School, 216-503-5900, or visit the campus at 9885 Rockside Road, Independence, Ohio. Ohio Media School, where broadcasting dreams become reality.
COVID-19 is spreading profusely. There are hundreds, even thousands of cases occurring each and every day. Here are some ways you can help stop the spread of this devastating virus. First, avoid sharing food and drink with others, even family members. Wear a mask to protect each other, and cover your coughs and sneezes with a tissue. With the holidays being right around the corner, we all want to stay safe so we're able to stop this awful disease so we have a better 2021.
The hottest DJ.
Buddy Addison's here to make sweet, sweet love to your ears whenever the fuck I feel like it. Tune in to CBW and maybe if you're lucky, I'll be on.
Or just invite me over for a good time.
Are you looking for a place to have custom t-shirts made for your business? Well, we have the place for you. Flat House Press works with 100% eco-friendly materials for all of you conscious folks and can put out orders in a fraction of the time large-scale competitors do. They are a fun, locally grown Cleveland original clothing company. Go to flathousepress.com and check out the variety of party toys, headbands, and clothing in their catalog.
No outlet, but I need to charge my phone.
No Outlet Live.
So we need to jump into a little bit more of the news. We only got through one of them stories. I also have curated a couple of my own stories through the help of my significant other. So let's give me 1 second. Bring this down. Oh. Budweiser's got me belching like crazy.
No Outlet Live News with Anthony Miano.
The New York Post.com says The Batman, the new movie coming out, correct? That's the new one they're working on?
Oh, no, they're not working on it. It's done. It's ready to go.
Oh, okay. So The Batman will have a punishing long run time.
It's one of the many movies that, like, well, I think without COVID, it would have been released last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So who is this? This is the new Joker?
No, that's the new Batman.
Oh, yeah, he's got to paint his eyes to put the mask on. I forgot about that.
Robert Pattinson, who is probably still best known for playing Edward in the Twilight movies, which were shit.
I really thought you were going to say Edward Scissorhands, because he does look like it right here. That was Johnny Depp, though.
Yeah, although, God help us, they're some sick fuck is probably planning a reboot, in which case he deserves to be run through with scissors.
Now they're saying the Batman starring Robert Pattinson is set to have an extremely long runtime, nearly 3 hours. That's not too bad. I mean, some movies are much longer.
I can only think of one that's longer than that, and I mean like without a director's cut or anything like that, and that's Gettysburg.
No, dude, the Justice League, the Zack Snyder Justice League cut, that was like a 4-hour movie.
But I'm talking like 3 hours or longer, just the theatrical version. Like,
oh, look, it brings it up right here. The Ensemble Marvel Cinematic Universe film 2019's Avengers Endgame, I was going to bring that up too, had a length of 181 minutes. Zack Snyder's Justice League, the extended director's cut that was released on HBO Max, I watched that, came in an exhausting 4 hours and 2 minutes. Woo!
Yeah, which I did not watch because I didn't like the theatrical cut. I'm like,
I actually recommend you watch the Zack Snyder cut. It was pretty good.
Did the Snyder cut improve on it?
I didn't watch the original.
Okay, because I gotta say that I just did not like Justice League or Batman versus Superman.
I'm actually not really a DC guy. I am huge into, this says, yeah, this would be a DC comic superhero movie. I'm into the Marvel stuff, man. All the Marvel movies and their characters, they're so much better in my eyes.
I know, but I think the market is starting to hit. I think audiences collectively are starting to get a little tired of Marvel.
Yeah.
Like, and I will say DC is better at two things. Number one, I don't know. Well, I can't even say TV because of the Netflix Daredevil and Punisher, but DC has better villains.
Yeah, DC does have the better villains, but the heroes in Marvel, man, they are top tier. I mean, the heroes, Batman is always known for talking like he's got a dick in his ass, and it's just, I don't know, it's annoying almost.
Well, that was just the Christian Bale version.
All of them talked all goofy.
Well, not all of them. George Clooney didn't, although there were other problems with everything involved in his one Batman movie, Batman and Robin.
So The Batman is going to be a really long movie. If you're into Batman a lot, expect to be at the theater or on the couch watching for 3 hours.
I gotta say,
I will watch it for sure.
That alone does not sound like a deterrent. Like,
not at all.
There's a rule: make your story as long as it needs to be, and I've heard it advised for books and movies. Like, if it's a good movie, the fans aren't gonna mind.
Yeah, you are completely correct. So on to this last story you sent in. M&M's redesigns its characters, looks, and personalities to be representative of today's society. Here's the old M&M's characters, and then here's the new ones. Not much has changed but their shoes. They changed their shoes, and it says they changed their whole persona. Then now they have laces. Sweet.
And how much money was spent to accomplish that?
Oh, dude, a couple million to put some laces on their tennis shoes.
It's like that one McBain interview on The Simpsons. Or you remember Rainier Wolfcastle, the character that's a parody of Arnold Schwarzenegger? He's like, "This movie is just me in front of a brick wall for an hour and a half. It cost $80 million. How do you sleep at night? On top of a pile of money with many beautiful ladies."
So on the Thursday that just passed, candy maker Mars Incorporated announced that their beloved M&M's characters will be getting a makeover in 2022 with a fresh, modern take on their design and more nuanced personalities to underscore the importance of self-expression and power of community through storytelling. So maybe they're going to come out with a Super Bowl commercial to bring this out. Oh, hold on. Now they got Oh, okay. I see. They got a whole slew of characters here. Look at the brown M&M. She's got some long legs, looking sexy over there.
Okay, memo to anybody that's watching. If you're sexually turned on by any of those characters, get some help.
Well, the one I'm really attracted to is this green one over here. That looks like one bad bitch. The most noticeable changes are to the brown and green M&Ms.
Okay, my broadcast partner is beyond help, but if there's a chance of saving yourself, do so.
Look, it says the most notable changes are to the brown and green M&Ms, the ones I just referenced to sexually, the two female characters. Or are they?
I don't know. It's not something I've given a lot of thought, and I overthink a lot of things, but...
The brown and the green M&Ms could be they, thems. Could be. Could confuse you.
I haven't eaten M&Ms in a while, and...
They got new footwear. As we noticed, they got shoestrings now. Brown's pumps lowered to a more sensible height. And Green's white-heeled go-go boots changed out for what Mars calls cool, laid-back sneakers to reflect her effortless confidence.
Do you think anybody's going to buy M&Ms now that wasn't inclined to before?
I don't think it's going to make a difference at all. Not one bit.
I mean...
But the green one, I think, looked cooler in the go-go boots. Why is she wearing shell toes now?
Either way, if there is something that could be done with those characters to bring in new customers, this is not it.
Yeah, that's not the way to attract more purchases.
I mean, although maybe one of the execs was like, well, my son has to have the new Call of Duty game every year, and all they do is make cosmetic changes, so maybe that'll work for us.
And also, when you look at looking at the characters of the M&Ms, that's not going to make a difference in the actual product. You're still buying the same old M&Ms, so why would the personalities of a commercial change anything about the product you're selling?
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure there's new flavors, there's new versions of M&Ms that nobody's thought of. Like there's the
well, they got all kinds of them already. I mean,
yeah, peanut butter M&Ms. Those are delicious. Come up with some new flavors. Make something new.
Maybe make like a knockoff Skittles but M&M version,
and some of the M&M's commercials are actually good. Like
they're great.
Like the Christmas ones where like they catch Santa in the house, like, oh my, he does exist, and then Santa's like, they do exist, and then passes out. That works. Like, whatever the thought process was in making that commercial, do that. And now we have something possibly scarier than that previous photo lineup you just showed me. Or that video.
What is that?
It was just on your screen. Lab monkeys.
Oh, yeah. I got some more news stories here that were curated by my significant other. See a famous pop singer. This is on giantfreakinrobot.com. See a famous pop singer get bit by a snake during a video shoot.
Okay, the pop singer's probably infected. I'm recommending him or her, the snake, and the giant robot. Just shoot them all.
Oh, is this Ariana Grande? Hold on.
No, I don't think that...
Pop singer, Maeta? Maeta.
I have never heard of her.
Yeah, me neither. Maeta was gearing up to shoot a scene in a music video, which was incorporating the usage of many snakes. Let's check this out. Oh, it bit her right on the face.
Oh,
that's good stuff.
Good for us.
So if you go to Instagram, Maeta's World, MaetasWorld, RLD. She's got a blue check mark, so she is like big time.
Yeah, I gotta say, just to reiterate my public service announcement from earlier, use caution around snakes.
Yeah, today's a snake day.
It's like the R. Kelly song.
Oh, it makes you like this.
It's like the R. Kelly song where he's like, "Move your body like a snake, girl," which now sounds incredibly creepy once word of his proclivities got out. God, that was that guy's a sick bastard. He even produced an album for one of his victims that he called "Age is Nothing But a Number."
Look at her. That thing bit her almost in the mouth. It grabbed her whole, the side of her chin right there. That's brutal. Yeah, that sucks for her. Sorry, Maida, that she had to go through that.
Oh, and this is a message to snakes. Considering humanity's penchant for killing things, you're lucky we haven't invented something just to kill you.
Yeah, you fucking fucks. Fuck snakes.
Not that you snakes can understand me, but if you could, oh, God help you.
So, another article from GiantFreakingRobot.com. Lab monkeys are on the loose after major traffic accident. Oh, man, and these little things, I watched a video not too long ago of these monkeys. I may have played it on the show. I can't remember. It's been about a year, I think. These little things in India, there's an area of India by a city square, like how Cleveland has the square downtown. There is a area where there's two tribes of these little monkeys, and they're at war with each other, and they know where the line is. So they're not allowed to cross each other's line, and when they do, they go into war about it. And there is a video of hundreds of these little spider monkey things just going at it. And what they do in the town when they're not at war, they're on opposite sides of the line they have come up with to establish whose area is what. They'll rob you. They'll see you walking by on your phone, jump off of something and snatch your phone, run off. They'll steal your food. People can't serve they can't have like food stands out there because the monkeys just steal everything. When they see fruit, they just aggressively steal all of it. It's really crazy. So these little things, man.
Until you said all that, I was about to say, well, I wouldn't be too worried. And you said they're at war. Well, I wouldn't be too worried until they start wearing uniforms and that
would be really cool, like Planet of the Apes.
Well, no, they never. Oh, well, yeah, in the original Planet of the Apes movies, but yeah, if you ever see like one monkey at the front of like a big group of monkeys, and if you see them saluting, that's when you know it's like what the.
That's when we have a real problem.
Yeah, or this is also making me picture some mad scientist like genetically engineering his own monkey army to take over the rest of the world.
Oh my God, this is crazy. So the article says, ever watched the beginning of an end of days science fiction movie and there's a truck of experimental animals or humans being transported down the highway and you just know it's about to get real bad real quick? Well, this is kind of like that, except it happened in real life. That's right. This is one of those scenarios you just never, ever want to hear about, and yet it happened. In Pennsylvania on Friday, a truck carrying a bunch of lab monkeys was involved in a major car accident, and at least one of them has escaped. Oh, well, just one lab monkey.
Well, at least one. That just might mean, for all we know, all of them escaped and nobody wants to admit it.
Oh, well, this says different on Twitter. Marshall Keeley from M. Keeley News, monkeys on the loose. Right now, Pennsylvania State Police and game wardens are searching the woods for 4 lab monkeys that escaped from a truck after a crash off I-80 near Danville exit. The search is focused on one tree for at least 15 minutes. This is them looking for them damn lab monkeys. This just makes me think, God is looking out for them. I think it's wrong that we use monkeys to test shampoo and all that crap. There goes one of them in the tree up there. God was trying to get them out of that. I mean, I don't think we should do that with animals.
Now I want to adopt that monkey and just
Do you know how many people in this country
get their faces fucked up by monkeys?
No. No. How many people would willingly be test subjects for money? And you could give people like literally almost nothing, $100, and let us test this shampoo or this makeup on you.
That was the original explanation for how Homer Simpson lost his hair. Like, he volunteered for an army experiment to get out of dinner with Patty and Selma.
All right, let's move on to another one. Watch out, everybody in Pennsylvania. There might be a monkey in your backyard. 100+ snakes found in Maryland. Oh, we covered that one. Let me see. Daily.com. You ever want to snatch someone's kid to teach them a lesson?
No, I don't.
TikToker shames mom for leaving kid outside while she orders in viral video, sparking a debate. This is actually super common in some towns and other countries. So, let's check it out.
You ever want to snatch someone's kid to teach them a lesson?
Hold on.
Left her baby outside in Los Angeles. You ever want to snatch someone's kid to teach them a lesson? She straight up left her baby outside in Los Angeles. You ever want to snatch...
We don't talk about...
Yeah, so that's on
snatch someone's kid
TikTok.
to teach them a...
This is a TikTok by... I don't even know how you say that. Katichi?
Well, it says right next to it her name's Katie Graham, so let's just call her Katie.
Yeah, Katie. So, Katie Graham on Instagram took this video of somebody leaving their baby outside of a restaurant or something. It was a coffee shop. And then she took her other kid in there. Oh, that's like a bakery or something.
Wait a minute.
Oh, it's an ice cream shop.
Wait a minute. Are we sure? Okay, the woman that they zoomed to, are we even sure that's the same mom?
I'm assuming. I mean, the person that TikToked it, they're showing you the baby and then the lady.
Well, fortunately, this woman does still have deniability.
Hold on. Let me open this article back up. Kate Graham's TikTok features a mother inside the establishment while a toddler aged is in a stroller outside. The text layover narrates, you ever want to snatch someone's kid to teach them a lesson? Another text reads, she straight up left her baby outside in LA. The video zooms from the toddler in a stroller to the mother and her child ordering inside. It received over 4.3 million views and 590,000 likes in less than a week. The 9-second video sparked a huge debate in the comments section regarding parent shaming and potential cultural differences. Some viewers commented that this practice may be common in other countries with lower crime rates. Yeah, I don't know if you want to do that in LA. This is actually super common in some towns and countries. Not making excuses, just pointing out that maybe she didn't know. Oh, because it did look like an Oriental baby. So this lady could be from like Japan or China or the Philippines or something, and that's just common for them to do that there.
Well, I don't know. In China, they probably, if a little girl gets snatched, they probably consider it no big deal.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's not a racist statement.
No.
They used to automatically abort pregnancies if it was a girl.
Yeah, they have a one-child policy.
That's been repealed.
Was it?
Yeah, because they hit such a low birth rate. They calculated like.
Oh, they're losing too much population now?
Yeah, in a few decades or a century-ish, they might completely depopulate themselves if they continue.
No shit. They say that our country's currently doing that right now without having a law.
Oh, guess how committed China was to that one-child policy, though?
Oh, they're very committed. They'll kill your baby after you give birth to it.
No, I mean, just put it this way. the number of bureaucrats they hired to enforce that policy was equal to the combined populations of France and Taiwan.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's more people than some United States have.
Yeah, I mean, it's wild. The stuff that they do over in them countries, I mean, it's mind-blowing. But it's also, like, kind of understandable. The thing is that they'll let you have men because you could put them in the military. And the girls just increase population. But if they let girls more further into the military, I don't think they would have that big of a problem with females.
You know, they're worried about something called the 421 problem.
What is the 421 problem?
So that because they have this really strong expectation that when people grow up into adults, they're expected to eventually take care of their parents. So most Chinese men, or one Chinese man, will have to take care of both his 2 parents and 4 grandparents.
Oh, that's crazy. You'd never catch me doing that.
Yeah, there are solutions to that problem that would make most people cringe. Like, hell, shit, it could become. I'm not even gonna. And they're also having and Chinese men are having a problem finding wives. But I have because of the shortage of women, thanks to this policy of aborting girls. But I have a solution to that I think is completely within moral and ethical bounds.
Send them to other countries.
Well, I was going to say, recruit women from other countries to come to China. And that should be easy because China has shares land borders with 14 other countries.
Oh, right. But they're overpopulated, though.
China?
Yeah, they're extremely overpopulated.
Well, they must be worried about being underpopulated now that they've gotten rid of this one-child policy.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I didn't hear that. I didn't know that they're repealing that.
Yeah, they did. And they might be... In fact, I imagine this really dystopian scenario that could occur if overpopulation got bad enough, which is nations might just start wars solely for the purpose of bringing their populations down. With like wars might end with like one side calling the other, be like, so are you guys almost done? Yeah, we've lost, we've hit our desired number of losses, and then the other side be like, yeah, we're still not there. We need to lose a few thousand more. Could you do us a solid and let us continue the war for... we're gonna need to continue the war for just another week. Seriously. And
maybe, but the war that we are battling is the war against media, because No Outlet Live is distributed everywhere. You could find us anywhere you want, and we'll be right back. We're gonna go to a break.
Guardian Roadside Solutions is ready to help with your roadside emergencies serving the greater Cleveland area. They have the knowledge and experience to get you back on the move quickly, with staff available 24/7 to help with flat tires, tire damage, changes, fuel delivery, vehicle lockouts, dead battery, or new battery installs. If you find yourself or someone you know in this situation, call a Guardian at 440-833-6000.
We'll warn you right now, things may get a little fucked up and crazy.
What's even worse is I had a kid come in, and I was shitting in the urinal, and he came in, and he's like, what the fuck are you doing?
But if that's something you're into, then Mikes and Men is the show for you. The boys are going to cover it all without holding back. You're going to laugh, you're going to cry, and you could learn a thing or two. It's Mikes and Men, only on CBW.
96% of adults go to work hungover the day after a holiday party. New Year's has the worst statistics, with almost 58% of highway deaths being alcohol-related. 40% of highway deaths during the holidays are alcohol-related. This holiday, stay home, stay at a friend's or a family's house. Be safe this holiday season. Don't drink and drive.
charge my phone.
No Outlet Live.
This is No Outlet Live. We're at the end of this show. What was I going to say? I just had a major brain fart.
If you don't know, how should I?
Because you're supposed to read my damn mind with your mega brain you got over there. There we go. There we go. No, we broadcast all over the place. If you want to skip all of the commercials and everything that we put in, I had that strategically in place for us to have a quick break in between every half-hour section or whatnot. If you find us on like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, CastBox, really anywhere that you can find podcasts, if you listen there, all of that is stripped out. You're not going to have the commercial breaks. I might throw one or two in there here and there, but for the most part, you get a nice, clean, flowing show on here and YouTube. When you watch, you have to deal with it. Just skip past it or whatnot.
However, we are open, speaking of commercials, we are open to sponsors, and at this point, we'll air ads for the American Nazi Party if they pay us.
I don't know about that.
Well, for them, we would demand an exorbitant amount.
Yeah, I mean, if you pay me enough money, yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll sell my soul in a second.
I mean, we'd be like Kent Brockman. And I, for one, welcome our new insect overlords. Woohoo!
Yeah, so, you have anything exciting planned for the rest of your weekend?
Yes, I'll be joining a friend tomorrow night to watch the AFC, the other AFC divisional round.
Oh, yeah, big football.
Yeah, it's the tomorrow, the Buffalo Bills will be playing the Kansas City Chiefs, the winner of which will face the Cincinnati Bengals next week in the AFC Championship.
Now, do you have any Super Bowl predictions?
Yeah, my gut feeling is it is going to be the Kansas City Chiefs against the LA Rams.
Yeah, you think the Rams are about to go?
Yeah, it's looking that way, and I just hope if they do that it's not a repeat of the last time the Rams went to the Super Bowl.
I'm going to be honest with you. My biggest, my most excitement for this Super Bowl is the halftime show. It's going to be a major halftime show. I just watched the commercial for the build-up.
And who will be performing at this year's
Oh,
halftime?
you don't know?
No, I don't.
Well, I guess we're gonna not we're gonna have some copyright infringement coming up here in a second.
I just hope they don't have the overt. I just hope it's not like a what the fuck like last year's was, where I was like, you might have seen my Facebook status where I said, so are we supposed to accept The Weeknd as our Lord and Savior now?
No. This is the Pepsi halftime show. Promo.
Okay, I love the visuals so far.
I'm beginning to feel like a rap god who thinks that arms are long enough to slap. Will there be truth for the blueprint? Something rage and youthful exuberance. Everybody loves the root for a nuisance. Hit the earth like an asteroid, did nothing but shoot for the moon since. Summon, I'm a doom, I'm a you assuming I'm a human. What I gotta do to get it through to you? I'm superhuman, innovative, and I made a rubber so that anything you say is stick a shaking off of me and it'll glue to you and devastating. More I know the haters are forever waiting for the day that they can say I fell up. It's the one and only Eagle Double G. Snoop Dogg. You know what happened with the D.O.G. Yeah. You know the West Coast is back for all you suckers. So put something in it.
Hold up. Hey, hope you're ready for the next episode.
Hey. Hey.
I just request that Crunk stays away from punk. Yeah, I heard an album once.
Look at that car. Those McLaren, I think.
Nobody pray for me. It been a day for me. Yeah, yeah.
I remember syrup sandwiches and grandma allowances. I'm counting this. Yes.
Be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Sit down. Be humble.
Hold up, little bitch. Be humble. Hey.
Still DRE.
Still Snoop Dogg and D.R.E. Guess who's back? Still doing that shit, Andre? Oh, for sure. Yeah. Check me out. Still, I'm representing for the gangsters
All across the world, still. Them Lolos, girls, still.
Okay, there's one more song they should be including in this promo.
Wait for it.
Oh, that's even better than what I was gonna say.
California knows how to party. It's going to be the best halftime show ever.
Yeah, I've never seen any like pre-game hype for a halftime show until now. But
And that was so good, wasn't it?
yeah, now there was one more song I was thinking they should have included.
What song is this? You're talking about a Dr. Dre cut?
I think it was a collabo with him and Eminem. And you know what that song was?
What song are you talking about?
Forgot About Dre.
Oh, man. Nowadays, everybody want to talk that they got something to say.
But nothing comes out when they move the lips. It's just a bunch of gibberish. All the motherfuckers act like they forgot about Dre.
Hey,
but I don't think anyone has forgotten about... If anyone did forget about him, they won't now.
You know what's really crazy is that Dr. Dre is one of my favorite artists ever in the hip-hop.
When your album sales wasn't doing too good, who's the doctor they told you to go see?
It was Dr. Dre. So I've been listening to him since I was like a toddler, right? My uncles always had the new best music going in my house when I was a young baby, and I always listened to Dr. Dre. He's been going through a lot. He just went through a divorce. His wife that divorced him...
I thought he was just quietly retired.
No, he went through a divorce. His son died in a car crash, and his wife was divorcing him for like half of his net worth, and she failed. She failed miserably.
Yeah, I gotta say, without any reading about that case, I gotta say, I doubt she was ever really expecting to get half his net worth. Like,
she was looking for like $500 million or something like that, and she made out like a bandit though. She got like $100 million or something.
Which is, I think, here's the thing with divorce cases, they always start out with like there's a basic principle of negotiation: asking for more than you really want.
Yeah, that's one of their good little tricks right there. Is they do that so that you come down to what you actually want.
Yeah, it's basically her lawyer told my client wants half his net worth, and then his lawyer probably said, no, she can have 5%. Okay, well, maybe we can live with 40%.
What really gets me about this halftime show, though, is that whole crew of music artists, Eminem and Dr. Dre specifically, they do not do concerts. They don't tour. They don't do...
Hence why I thought Dr. Dre was quietly retired.
Yeah, Jay-Z in an interview one time, they asked him about Eminem, and he said, I love this dude. He started explaining like Eminem's skill with hip-hop, but he was like, this guy is what we call a notorious non-tourer. And that's why I can't do more stuff with him, because he's not on tour. He's not doing the shows. He doesn't do that stuff. And this is like the show that I've been dying to see. Yeah. I don't want to pay for a concert no more, because there's nobody worth paying to see.
And I've never liked live concerts anyway.
I love live concerts if it's the right artist. And these guys are like in their prime right now. They're on top of the world. They're still able to do it, but they're not touring. And I want to see this halftime show in person.
Oh, I just had a prediction for something they maybe could try to do that would either like be awesome or terrible, and I don't think anything in between.
What is it?
Okay, so when I saw Snoop Dogg and Dre, the wheels got turning like maybe a mini NWA reunion, and then
they could surprise us with that.
And with when California Love started playing well, there's
the Tupac hologram.
Exactly. And
dude, the Tupac hologram would be so awesome.
Yeah, or maybe I wonder if we'll see Eminem in a costume like from the California Love music video.
Or maybe he comes, I don't know. Eminem's got like his whole new, he's got like a whole new image now.
Because that would be cool to have if they start the set with California Love, but instead it's Dre, Eminem, and Snoop Dogg all coming in on like one of those dune buggies, like in the video.
Yeah, that would be sweet.
Because, I mean, they did that thing about 4 years ago, or 5 years ago, where Lady Gaga was like wire dropped into the stadium. So, what I'm proposing is probably simple for them by comparison.
Well, the weird thing about this is that, like, I'm a fan of Eminem. I like Mary J. Blige, her music when she was really out here on the radio and stuff.
I have one of her songs in my iTunes files. I don't know
what song?
Be Without You.
Yeah, she had some bangers, but really my excitement for this show is Dr. Dre specifically and Kendrick Lamar. I love Kendrick Lamar, and he's the new like West Coast icon. I think that Kendrick is going to blow everyone's mind.
And, you know, we were saying the possibility of an NWA reunion. Did Ice Cube ever bury the hatchet with any of the surviving members?
Yeah, they're all good because in the movie Straight Outta Compton, they were all connected. I mean, his son plays him in that film, and that was made by Dr. Dre. He came out of the pocket to make that film.
Okay, but that still doesn't, that still doesn't necessarily mean Ice Cube himself is cool with Dr. Dre.
You know, Suge Knight during the filming of Straight Outta Compton, I remember hearing that he drove onto the set and tried to run people over on the set over that stuff because he still has a problem with Dr. Dre.
And you know what they used to call that kind of behavior from Suge Knight, right?
Gangster as fuck.
I was gonna say a typical Tuesday, but yeah, that.
Yeah, he's just a real life gangster. That's
also,
how he lived.
It just hit me logically. Him or Snoop Dogg should have probably killed each other a while ago, if I understand those two correctly, because you notice how it's my understanding that Suge Knight always wore red because of his affiliation with the Bloods.
Yeah, and then Snoop Dogg, he was a Long Beach Crip and all that stuff. The thing is that
red and blue bonded over green.
Exactly. That's exactly what happened there. But the problem is that like Snoop was actually like really good with Suge Knight for a minute. He was a Death Row employee.
It's my understanding, depending on who you ask, Suge Knight belongs on the real Death Row.
Hey, I think he is on Death Row now.
And I've also heard him implicated in the murder of Tupac.
Well, I actually know somebody that has family out there, and it was the gangbangers out there that P. Diddy paid the gangbangers in L.A., the Crips, the East Side Crips in L.A. killed Tupac, and it was paid for by P. Diddy, and then P. Diddy actually never paid the people that were supposed to pay the people. So now P. Diddy's got people looking for him. Eminem actually dropped it in his song, his first.
I was gonna say, if somebody was really determined to kill P. Diddy, they should have been able to do it by now, because
he's almost a billionaire. I mean, you can't reach these people.
Well, that's the thing, though. I mean, he has enough money that he can afford, top level private security. But anybody that,
when you reach $1 billion, that's a lot different than that's like being the president or something. Because like Eminem, he's been around how long out of our lives? I grew up with Eminem. He came out in 96. He's worth
that early?
Yeah, he came out in 96.
Because I don't remember hearing about him until like 99, 2000, but maybe
that's when he really blew up with collaborating with Dr. Dre on The Chronic.
Okay. So I didn't hear about him until then, but
Eminem's net worth right now is like $300 million, and he's been around forever doing. I mean, he's one of like the most listened to people ever. He just got some award from YouTube for the most streams and Spotify or something, and he's worth $300 million. These guys are worth $1 billion.
But my point is, with P. Diddy, anybody that's like at the level to be a rival of his might not have as much money as he does, but they probably still have enough to hire top-level talent. And by top-level talent, I don't mean rappers. Yeah. I mean assassins. Like, you ever seen that movie, The Jackal?
No.
So, it's a remake of a movie from the late 60s. Bruce Willis stars as the title character, although he's the villain. He's this hitman known as the Jackal, although he functions more like a chameleon, because, like, in one scene, he's got this mustache and like a fake beer gut, and he impersonates a suburban soccer dad. In another scene later in the movie, he impersonates a DC police officer. But at the beginning, he accepts this contract from a Russian mob boss, where he sees who the target is that this guy wants him to kill. But it's not revealed to the audience who the target is until late in the movie, which I won't spoil, but he just looks at it and says, okay, a contract like this, I have to be able to disappear and retire after it. The price, $70 million. Half now, half upon completion. If word leaks, I terminate. If word leaks, it'll be my choice whether to continue the mission. Either way, I keep the original payment.
I mean, I see where you're going with this. I mean, you are correct, because there's private militia all over this country. I heard in the Appalachians there's areas where you can't actually go, and the law doesn't nobody abides the law. You're actually allowed to start a private militia in America, and there's several of them around like weird areas, like up in the Appalachians. I heard there's one in Michigan. These people are for hire. If you really wanted to do something to like P. Diddy for retaliation or whatnot.
Oh, no. If I were somebody that had motive,
like the determination to actually go through with something like that.
Yeah, I would not be thinking hiring any of these redneck militia guys. I'd be...
Well, they're not redneck militias. They're like people that came back from the military and decided to go into private militia.
Okay, no, I would be okay, that's still not the kind of people I would want to hire. In fact, I wouldn't even look for people plural. I'd be looking for one I'd be looking for like the one
John Wick. John Wick will get the job done.
Yeah, but as far as I know, there's nobody in real life that's that good. But
we don't know that.
Well, if they really, yeah, you're right. If they really are that good, then of course we would never have heard of them. But
I think the SEALs could pull that off.
Exactly. I'd want to hire someone like
Green Beret, a SEAL,
Force Recon Marines, and then that's the thing. Most people are only thinking in terms of Americans that you would hire for that kind of task.
Oh, you're right. Go for an out-of-country kind of guy, like a Russian assassin.
Yeah, or Russian Spetsnaz, and
bless you.
Their training regimen is classified, and the only reason we know anything over here is because of stuff that gets leaked. And
right.
One of the things they do to their trainees is they will lock them in a room with a tire iron and a starving dog.
That's wild.
Yeah, so and then there's Israeli commandos, British Special Air Service, French Foreign Legionnaires. There are all sorts of military guys that, well,
are good options to kill P. Diddy.
And just in case anyone that knows him is watching this, I don't have anything against him.
I do. Fuck you. You killed Tupac.
Okay, how sure? Is there any evidence of that?
There's several documentaries where people dug down and found out the guy that P. Diddy hired that hired the people in L.A. to do that.
Yeah, there's just...
And the word in the street out in Compton is that everybody knows what neighborhood was hired to do that, and they never got paid for it.
Yeah, and there's one other thing you gotta consider when people like Tupac are killed.
What is that?
There's always gonna be multiple people that benefit from them being killed. So there's gonna be like a larger suspect pool than when Joe Schmo, regular American, is killed.
Like, honestly, out of hip-hop, Tupac is my number one forever, and it's really sad that this all went down on him like that. Because if you watch, like, there was documentaries and stuff about Tupac's life and all that stuff, he was only 25, I think. He was right around 25 years old when he was murdered, and he was actually changing his life around, because at 25 years old, that's when you actually start to mature mentally. And he was about to take a different route on how his life was going. Right when he got killed, he had turned a new leaf. And he was like, he had plans to build his own small country. He didn't want to deal with anybody else's law and all that stuff. He spoke a couple times about the blueprint to make your own country, and he said it all starts with an electrical grid. You need a grid, you put that together, and then you can literally just have your own paradise.
Well, was he planning on doing it within the United States?
No, I think he was going to buy a big piece of land somewhere else, and he was going to form his own politics and country.
Yeah, there are some countries that will, like, that, yeah, if you offer them enough money, they would likely to agree to some kind of that deal. Like, okay, that not just you own this land, it is now your own country, whatever you decide to name it. But you have to agree that we share a border, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, rest in peace, Tupac. Everybody, the halftime show is going to be great on the Super Bowl. Make sure you comment or send us what you thought of it when we see it. There's still a little while out. Right now, we are at the end of our show. I got to get on to UFC 270. I'm about to be watching that with Francis Ngannou. He took out our hometown champion right up the street in Eastlake. Stipe Miocic was the heavyweight champion. He actually defended the heavyweight championship title in the UFC longer than any other champion consecutively. And it was taken by Francis Ngannou. And he is defending his title tonight for his last fight on his current contract. It's going to be an exciting fight. Get on your ESPN Plus. Check that all out. We will be back next week, Saturday at 7 p.m. This is No Outlet Live. Find us anywhere. Just Google it. One word. And we'll see you next week. Peace. What's up? Jay Remy here, host of No Outlet Live. Are you considering or curious about how you can start your own podcast? Join Anchor. Anchor has everything you need to make a podcast for free. Monetize your podcast, one-click distribution, record from anywhere on the app, and they have unlimited free hosting. Download Anchor on the App Store or Google Play. Anchor, podcasting made easy.
The Education of Jazz, with your host, Hakeem H., bringing you the absolute best for your listening pleasure in America's only true art form of music. I'll be playing your favorites each day, everything from Duke, Coltrane, Julian Cannonball Adderley, to George Duke, Bob James, Kenny G, and so many more. We'll have guest artists to interview, locally and national artists, and even a live call-in from you, the audience. Tune in daily from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. to unwind your day for the Education of Jazz.
It's that time of year again. The snow is getting ready to fall, and you're going to need a plowman to get you through the winter. Call Gifted Hands Landscaping. They handle all your lawn and snow care needs. Services include gutter cleaning, snow removal, leaf pickup, weed pickup, and more. Call Tate at 216-925-8473 to receive a free quote. Don't wait until the last minute. This is Cleveland, and snow is coming whether you like it or not. Again, that number is 216-925-8473. Gifted Hands Landscaping.
Our loved ones always die in December. I miss the night times that I can't remember. Venom-filled veins and stone-cold sedation. Drugs are amazing and I fucking hate it. Kick the dirt off from your heels, darling. There's hell inside of these eyes. Let's lose ourselves around the cold rings of Saturn tonight. Fade away deep down into the depths. I wanna be swept out to sea. Life can seem like an ill-conceived illusion. There's no solution for some sicknesses. My soul turns to stone and I sink into the abyss. Chasing pipe dreams has its drawbacks. And without you, the world would be a much worse place. And without you, this world would be a much worse place. And without you, this world would be a much worse place. Without you, this world would be a much worse place. Without you.
But I need to charge my phone!
No Outlet Live.